Good evening and welcome to our new kind of layout. Some of you may be thrown a little bit with how to log in. Essentially, there's no need with this. We're trialing this out just now, so hopefully it's okay. Might help to have my mic on. Can you hear me and can you see me? So if you look over on the right, turn this down. If you look over on the right-hand side, you will be able to see Robert's there, Ian's there, Atia's there, Andrea's there. Is this the right link for the class? Yes, thank you so much, all of you, for commenting. That really helps because I can see who's there. If you don't comment, I don't know who's there with this new setup, but gives us a wee bit more flexibility. It's easier for the uploads. It's faster for the uploads after as well. So hopefully it's okay. Can you hear me okay? Can you let me know? If I just check that the correct camera's on and the correct sound is on before I start going. Audio, microphone, yep, looks like the right microphone, camera, yep, all looks good my end. So hopefully you can all hear me. I can see who's there, I can see your comments. So great. I know it's thrown you a wee bit that there's something a wee bit different tonight. Hopefully you can see that. So that is, I'm putting it in the private chat. Yes, can hear me clearly, loud and clear. Thank you so much for letting me know, guys. That massively helps. You have no idea. Great. So tonight for this evening's class, ideally, minimum you will have is a foam roller. This would be an ideal foam roller. This is the half D. Just use whatever foam roller you have if you don't have one specifically like this. Ideally, it would be a long one, not a little short one, so it's at least the length of your spine. And a pair of prickly balls. Ideally, look at these balls, pretty squidgy balls. But you can have, if I show you, you could have some of the harder, more dense balls. Something like this. You can see it's a lot more dense. These are also okay for other areas, just not up at the back of your neck. So I'll keep mine handy. So if you put your foam roller right in the centre of your mat, and if you have any questions, let me know. I will come up, I'll get you started, and I think what I'm going to try and do is come up and check comments and stuff. Great. So if you do have any questions, please ask. That's what I'm here for. And I'm able to respond. Brilliant. That's great, guys. Really great. So look, there we go. Fantastic. Ian saying hello. Brilliant, guys. That's absolutely fab. Robert's there as well. Hey. Can see you all. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get yourself down in your roller. How to get on it, just in case you're newer, is just sit. This mat is actually really slidey. And you lie back, so bum right at the end, and on like that. So just allow yourself to relax down on your roller. So I want you to just stay there for me. So you want your full spine to be on the roller, ideally. So your full spine to be lying along the length. Good evening, everybody. Fantastic. Good. So as you lie there, place one hand on your belly and one hand on your upper chest. So one hand here and one hand here. So as you're lying on your roller, you can feel the roller, the full length of your spine, one hand on your tummy, one hand on your upper chest. And I'd love you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that in your own surroundings and just be familiar with your own body, your own sensations. We're going to connect the nervous system, use that to help calm that nervous system down. We're going to use our breath to access the nervous system. So I want you to just take a big deep breath in with your eyes closed and then breathe out. And as you breathe in, acknowledge how that air is entering. Is your chest moving? Is your belly moving? What's moving? How do you prefer to breathe? Is it in through the nose? Is it out through the mouth? Continue with that. And as you go through that breath, I want you to Try and get as much belly movement and to minimize the amount of movement of the upper chest. So let me show you. So as I breathe in, my belly expands, but my chest doesn't lift. And then I breathe out, and I just let the belly come down, soften through my face. And again, breathing in, and then breathing out. Do 2 more breaths there, and I'll come down onto the mat and show you. Good. I thought I'd frozen there, but I haven't. Hi, Kirsten. Great to have you here tonight. Good. Loud and clear. Fantastic. So I want you to open your eyes. You're lying down on that roller. We're now going to switch our attention to the shoulder position. So lift both your arms up. So allow your head just to be on the roller. You're nice and relaxed. You're then reaching your fingertips up to the ceiling. And you're noticing how your shoulder blades come away from the roller beneath you. And then draw your shoulder blades back and down so you're making contact. You're almost hugging the roller with your shoulder blades. And then again, reaching forward. So it's the inside border, which is called the medial border of your shoulder blades, of your scapula. You're basically squeezing the roller with your shoulder blades. You're taking hold of it. And then when you reach up, you're gliding your shoulder blades around your rib cage, coming up, reaching the fingertips up, and then just drawing the shoulder blades back and hugging the roller. Now stay in that gentle hug position with your shoulder blades on the roller. Take the palms of your hands to face away from your face and go into your toy soldier. And as you go through this evening, notice any tightness or restrictions through the arms, through the fingers, through the chest, whatever you feel you need. How has your body been today? Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If you need to, obviously see what I'm doing and just check in when you feel you need. But if you're a bit of a veteran at my classes, hopefully you can follow my voice without having to look too much. Palms of your hands this time facing towards each other, and hopefully you have enough space. I'm privileged here with lots of space to allow the arms to open wide to the side and then close the arms on an inhale breath. And then on your exhale breath, you open the arms, keeping the chest down. And then on your inhale breath, just bring it all together. And then open up. And then close. And again, you're just exhaling as you open and inhaling as you close. Beautiful. We'll do one more there and then we'll move on. So allowing the pectorals, the chest muscles to open, acknowledging what you feel there, extending through the fingertips. And then just bring the palms of the hands, once again, like you did in the previous exercise, away from you. And then this time, both arms go back together, just to a point where you can cope with. If you feel any restriction, or maybe it will feel like you're hitting a bony prominence, you're maybe getting to a certain point here, and it's like, oh, that's not going any further. Then just go to where you can, maybe just kind of mobilize through the shoulder. See if you can loosen whatever it is off. Sometimes it can just be that little thing up there, your chromium process, just a little bit of the bone can sometimes just kind of hit off the bone and it can restrict the motion. We're all made slightly differently. Sometimes it can just be the tendon from your rotator cuff muscle group. So some of your shoulder stabilizers can basically just have a wee bit of irritation. So don't worry about it, just don't aggravate it. So if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, don't force it, but just work with the range of motion that you have within your pain limitations. Now let's take this into a big circle. Hopefully you can do that and just acknowledge what you feel as you circle those arms around. And what I'd love you to do here is have this extension through your middle finger, so that myofascia, frontal line, extending through that, easing that out, open, circling round, and again, back, round, down and up, and again, back, round, and we'll do one more there, just seeing if you can get your breath connected with that too. And then bring your hands to the side of your body and just let the palms just come to rest at the side, facing down. Let's focus our attention now on almost just letting the shoulders fall heavy, right? So you might find that your shoulders are starting to hunch forwards like this sort of position. So try and just almost visualize, if I was with you in person, I would probably put my hands here and gently encourage your shoulders back. So almost visualize you have someone placing their hands gently on you, and they're just gently encouraging this openness through your chest. So if you can do that now, and especially Ian, if you can just try and relax your face through this, okay? So see if you can get this whole area here to just let it just, almost like you feel it all just falling back. Let it just go, no grinding of the teeth, no release. And that goes for everybody, not just Ian, but see if we can just almost relax our face. Now, as we lie here, let's draw our attention down towards our centre of our mass at our pelvis, right here. And as we just draw our attention here, feel free to feel if you like to feel, and you can. I'm quite a hands-on person, so that feels right for me, but you might be like, yeah, that's not happening. So just do whatever you want with your hands. What you can do is start to just acknowledge where your back is sitting. So I'm talking about that lower back. How is it sitting on that foam roller? So you're doing a pelvic tilt. So you're basically tilting your pelvis forwards and backwards on the roller. I'm going to get up and show you if you stay where you are and continue with that tilt. But if I show you standing, so you've got a better picture, a better understanding of what I'm talking about. So if I show you side on, so imagine I was lying on my roller, I'm basically tilting my pelvis forwards and backwards. It looks a wee bit strange, doesn't it, standing? When you're doing it lying down, you're basically, how would I describe it? You're bringing your lower back down towards the roller, and then you're bringing your lower back away from the roller. So it's just that movement of bringing it down towards the roller and then taking your lower back away from the roller. And that's it. It's as simple as that. You don't need to make it complicated. Now, from there, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you, if you can, to go into a shoulder bridge. So what I mean by that is you're starting to peel your spine one vertebrae at a time up off the foam roller. So you basically use your buttock muscles and you start to lift your pelvis up. So you feel each spinal segment articulate off the roller. Some of you might find that you get cramp in the back of your legs when you do that, and that's not uncommon. Just discontinue with going up so high. Try not to just push through that. Just bring it back down. Start again if you can. If it keeps persisting, just go back to your pelvic tilts. Leave that off. Your hamstrings are probably just overactivating, and we're not quite getting the glutes involved enough. So just do a couple more of them. So just lifting up and then lowering down. I'm just checking if there's any comments. Kirsten's saying hello. Fantastic. And thanks for all the comments, guys. It really does help. It's great to have engagement. It can be very strange when I feel like I'm talking to a black vacuumous nothing. Good. So I want you to bring your spine down on the roller. And now without sitting up, roll yourself off the roller and just immediately lie on your back on your mat. So just lie there, just push your roller to the side so it's out of your way, and you're simply lying on your back with the hands at the side of your body. It's all I want you to do. So you're just lying down, hands at the side of your body, and allowing that sensation of what you feel in your spine after having been in that position. Now, what I'd like you to do, hopefully you have the space to do so, some of you may not be able to fully have your arms extended, is open your arms wide with the palms up. Can you all see what I'm doing? So my palms are up to the ceiling, my arms are in line with my shoulders, and my arms are fully relaxed on the ground beneath me. I'm not hovering. Now, if you find that you've not got enough space at home, then what you could do is just take it to where you need to. So you might be like your arms need to be bent, or you might need to be down here. So you've got to just work with what you've got. So have the arms to the side is the ideal position. Again, soften the face. And let's take 2 breaths here just to connect with our breath, connect with calming that system. Breathe in. And then breathe out. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. Now, what I'd like you to do, we're going to bring our lower limbs into this. Take a big deep breath in. And then as you exhale, drop your knees to the right side and your head looks over to the left side. Now you can see how I'm stacking my knees on top of each other. And I want to keep my arms and shoulders down on the floor. And just take it so that those hips are stacked on top, or as much as you can. So if you find that you're like a wee over here and that's as far as you can go, that's okay. If you're not getting over, don't force it, don't get annoyed. Just accept this is where you are at this moment in time. Take an inhale breath, bring that back, and then exhale and go to the opposite side. And you're looking in the opposite direction now. When I do this, I can feel a difference from this side to the previous. My chest feels a bit tighter. I can feel it's a bit tighter in my lower back as well. I'm feeling this even down into my iliotibial band, down the side of my thigh. So lots of things, lots of different sensations. And you will feel this anywhere from the knee all the way up really to the chest. So anywhere all the way up that line is pretty fair game. Okay, so don't freak out if you're getting a sensation. You think, oh, am I meant to get that there? Bring that in. Inhale as you bring it in, exhale, go to the other side. And just again, take notice. How does this side feel compared to the other? And then again, breathe in. This is our last time doing it this side. And bring it back. And I like to keep the feet down when you do this rather than up. When you bring your feet up off the floor, it changes the purpose and dynamic of what you're doing. It's not that it's wrong if you do that. You're just contracting tissue, and everything about this rehab trigger point Pilates session is really about desensitizing the system. Excellent. Now, what I'd love you to do is roll onto that side. So you see what I've done there? So I'm basically lying just now on my left-hand side. My hips are stacked. I'm going to put my mic here so I don't go all muffly because it can get a bit annoying for you at home. My head's a wee bit of an annoying position, but I'm okay with that. I'm just going to move my shoulder up. But if you're at home, a nice little, you can use, actually, this might work well, your foam roller to prop your head up. Okay, so just be comfy. I want your hands on top, right, like so, and your knees roughly at a 90-degree angle from the hip. You're with me? And then the top hand goes on top. You take an inhale breath. You're looking this way. You're looking towards the side that you're facing. This is your inhale breath. And as you exhale, you lift the top arm up and you open, and your eyes follow the gaze of the arms. Where the arm is going is where your eyes go. Inhale. And again, exhale, open. We're going to do 6 of these. Inhale as you bring it back. Exhale as you open. Inhale. Exhale. I think that's 4. Counting is always a bit interesting. Sorry, people. I'm a bit of a rogue with my counting. Inhale. Exhale. We'll call this 5. Inhale. And this will be our last one. Let's hold this last one here. Hold it in that position. Settle in that position. Allow your body to nuzzle down You will feel this anywhere from really the knee, hip, back, chest, arm. All perfectly normal. You are fine. You are human. You are not strange. You're okay. Bring this all back. And just take a moment before you move to the other side. Just take a little moment, and then let's gently move ourselves to the other side. So I will spin round this way because you really don't want to be lying looking at my bum. It's not really a good way to be. So we do the other side. So I'll get you set up, then I'll come up and answer any comments there may be. So you're lying, whatever side you haven't done. So I'm lying on my right-hand side here, but that may look a bit different because this is kind of a mirror image really when I'm on camera. So I'll move that mic just so that you can hear me. Hopefully it's not going muffled. So you stack the arms, you stack the shoulders, you stack the hips, the knees in line with hips. Get yourself all aligned. Head has got support. You're inhaling. Exhale, open up and let your gaze. This is my tight side. Oh, what a difference this side for me. And you know, this comes like this almost looks like just an upper body thing here, but actually it's spinal rotation for thoracic. So Kirsten, Ian, Robert, it's like hit. There's so many of you on this that this is so good for. But I actually feel this in my lower back and it comes from my hip. So this is where I'm really tight here. So we'll call this 3. So keep going with that just now. I'll come up and answer questions if there are any. And if you can just continue with that. Good. So 2 more. Give me 2 more there. Okay, 2 more. Okay. And finish up on that one you're on. Well done. Hopefully you like that. Lots of really good things in that movement. That's a thoracic rotation. So let's just talk in plain English, SJ. Thoracic is just the name. The longest bit of your spine is your thoracic spine. And it's that middle bit of your spine. It's the bit of your spine. Not sure how good this poster is for you guys at home, but this area here is your thoracic. And you can see in this gentleman here, he's got what's called a very kyphotic posture. He's in that typical posture that you all hate, right? You're all like, oh. Now, it's not that that's wrong, that position. It's just we know that most of us spend too much time there. And this area of our back tends to not get a lot of or enough attention, and it causes quite a lot of dysfunction above and below it. So you could see how I was struggling really with my lower back with that, actually not the thoracic, but it has that effect on above or below. You might have found that it was your chest and upper arm that was sore. Please let me know in the comments what you found. Pick up your balls and we're going to begin unraveling and releasing our trigger points down our spine. So we're going to start with the occipital bones. So just crack on if you know what that means. For those that don't, let me just remind you or teach you. So the small of your neck, follow it up and find the sticky out bit of bone at the base of your skull. Then you place your balls right there. And that's where I want them to be. Now from here, the balls are in place. I want you to tuck your chin in and then back. And that's all I want you to do. I literally just want you to breathe out. Breathe in as you go back. Breathe out. And then breathe in. And that action of just tucking the chin down, you will feel or may possibly feel a pulling sensation. Up at this part of your spine here is your occipital bone and the upper fibers of a large muscle, your upper trapezius, the upper fibers of that attached directly onto that. Your trapezius muscle is it's shaped like a big kite in your back, and it's really big. and it tends to be very elevated. So you're just releasing. So for those of you who maybe get issues with TMJ, issues with your neck, shoulders, forward head posture, these sorts of things, or headaches, this sort of thing is great. Now, take those balls and we're going to move them down a little bit. So instead of being up on the bone here, we're going to go to the neck. So place the balls in the small of the neck, and from there, you're going to just let the weight of your head, which is roughly about 10 pounds, sink down onto the balls. And then I want you to just look side to side. So just side to side. Just let the weight of your head melt down into the balls and just release as you need. Excellent. And then from there, we're going to go to roughly C7. So what I'd like you to do is find that big sticky out bone. So see that big bone, if you see in somebody, usually somebody's got really kind of that kyphotic, rounded forward head posture, this big, almost like a ski slope ridge. So if you sit your head up, you'll find a big bone that sticks out, and that's where I want you to place the balls just kind of underneath it, together, right on that. So you're lying down on top of the balls, and from there, all I want you to do is to tuck your chin up and down again. See what you feel, and then start to move your arms around with the balls underneath there. So this is where you're going to start to hunt out trigger points. Trigger points are bands of fibrous tissue. So as you lie there and you move your arms around, both arms, I want you to acknowledge, what do you feel? Do you feel any clicks, crunchy noises, restriction? What do you feel? Now you can move your balls wider, so you can stay here, or you can go wider. And I want you to move the balls wider as you feel you are being directed by your body. What I mean by that is just go and investigate, go hunt. Now, I don't want you to move down your back yet, just go wider. Because what we're doing, I really want to get a nice big skeleton. I think for my next birthday, that's what I would like, a big skeleton. Big skeleton on a stand. That's, how sad am I that that's what I would like. But essentially, at the top, where you're going, I'm taking you along the ridge of your scapula, your shoulder blade. And you've got this kind of dip at the top of that area. You've got a kind of, it's like a rough edge across what's called the spine of the scapula. So the ridge at the top of your shoulder blade is. And anything where there's a sticky out rough ridge is basically an attachment point of a tendon, the things at the end of muscles. So this is where we get bands of fibrous tendons, okay, where we've got a wee bit of kind of, it's a bit sticky, and you find trigger points. Trigger points are hypersensitive spots. So as you're moving those arms and you're hunting for that, you might be like, oh my God, it feels like there's a boulder in there. There isn't, okay? That's just a big knot, okay? A trigger point though, if you're on a true trigger one, as you do that, as you move and keep moving those balls, as you do this, what you might find is that you get a kind of referred pain. So you get a dull ache somewhere else, and that is a true trigger point. That's where you're getting the sensation somewhere else. Not a sharp shooting pain, that's you on a nerve. Get away from that. If it's immediate, that kind of pain where you want to jump, that means get off me, okay? You're annoying me. You're probably lying over one of your nerves. But if it's like a dull ache somewhere, or maybe makes your arm feel a bit like, oof, achy, then good, okay? Work that. Now, you could add more weight by lifting your bum and hips off the ground, and that will apply more pressure because you're reducing the amount of surface area that is in contact with the ground. So more pressure, more load will go down through the bit that you're on. Are we liking that? So you can move your arms in lots of different directions as you do this. And if you're working through myofascia release, right, that sounds really big and fancy. It's not really. Myo just means muscle. Fascia is just connective tissue that's all around your body. Essentially, you've got these lines in your body, myofascia lines. And what I am talking about is this frontal line that's been mapped out in the body. And essentially, if you have your middle finger extended, this is meant to be the end of the frontal fascia line. So basically, stick your middle finger out like you're giving somebody the birdie and you're winning, okay? According to Thomas Myers' research, which the jury's still out on. But anyway, it's not going to do you any harm. And you might love it. It might work for you. So what harm have we got in trying? Okay, let's move these balls down. So where are we going next? I want you to move them down to between your shoulder blades. So take a ball in each hand. This is how I would recommend you get into it, because it can be a wee bit fiddly. If you try and like put your balls down and strategically lie on them, it's just they're going to move. You can't do that. So what I do is imagine I'm lying down, right? I've got a ball in each hand. I roll myself to the side and I go up and under. Put the ball in place. Then I roll to the other side. You guessed it, up and under. And I've got that internal rotation of my shoulder. To do that, you might be restricted in that motion depending on your limitations. So see how you go. If you need to do some mad, crazy strategic landing on balls, you've got to do what you've got to do. So you're right between the shoulder blades, and now keep moving the arms, keep extending the fingers, keep moving. You could even glide up and down the balls. You can be going side to side, whatever takes your fancy. If it feels good, keep doing it. If you have any questions, if you're stuck on something, please ask. I'm right here. That is what I'm here for. Hi, Kirsty. Atia, I hope I'm saying your name right, Atia. I'm sorry if I'm not. I'm terrible for stuff like that. Andrea, who else is there? Because I can see there are 9 of you there. Let me know you're there. I like to know who's there because I like to address you in person, and it also helps me to know who's there because I will give specific things. If I know your body, like I know Ian's on my 12 Weeks to Better Posture program, so I know what you need. So I will always give you a wee bit of extra pointers if I know who's there. I like to get personal. I don't like it to be just, I don't know who's there. That's not that. We need to connect. I need to help you, and to do that, I want to know who you are. Okay, so how does that feel? Does it feel quite good? So we're at that kind of between the shoulder blades. Let's move down, sorry for the guys, bra line. We're going to go to bra line area. Now, this is the part of your spine where it gets quite stiff. So what you do, this sounds a bit crazy, is I want you to just bounce in the balls. So as you lie there, just bounce in the balls. It's not graceful. You'll look crazy doing it. Anybody coming into your lounge right now watching, you'll be like, what on earth are you doing? But I want you to just do it, because what it's doing is it's building that mobility into that thoracic back. If I had you on my table, sometimes I do little spinal manipulations there, and it's right there, and that's usually you get a wee cavity type noise, that kind of cracky type noise. Not that you need that noise, it's just basically the gases releasing. But you might actually find you'll hear wee creaks and cracks. You're fine, you're not doing anything. Just that wee rebounding on that will get that mobility in there. Okay, move the balls down. So we're down to about here, okay, that bit of your back, right there. Put the balls right on the spine there. Now what I want you to do here, you're kind of away from that kind of shoulder movement, you're away from the ribs now. I want you to just tilt your pelvis again forwards and backwards like you did earlier in this session. Squish down onto the balls. So really push your spine down in the balls and then release them off. So with your breath with this, a really good breath is to exhale as you go down into the floor towards the balls, and inhale as you come away. Okay, so exhale as you go towards the balls, and then inhale as you bring your spine away from the balls. And really just squish down. So it's almost like I'm applying pressure to your back. If you were on my massage table, I would be applying that pressure either side of your spine, mobilizing. And that's what you're doing. You're pushing down. It's like my hands, they are pushing down in your spine, That's what you're doing. Beautiful for your spine, okay? And the muscles associated with that. Move the balls down. I want you to bring the balls down into that lumbar area of your spine. So we're talking about that curvy bit. So Kirsty, for you, this is that bit that you get that lordotic type posture. I don't know if Rachel's there tonight. I can't see if you're there, Rachel. I know that's an issue for yourself as well. Glynis, don't think Glynis is on tonight. If you are, let me know. Just let me know in the comments who's there. Now, tilting your pelvis again. Now you could, some people really like bringing their knees in when they do that as well and doing little circular motions, so almost having your knees up into your chest and doing little circular motions. You might find one knee, you might find both knees. Go for it. What feels good? What do you feel you need? What does your body need? Okay. Usually when I put the balls into that lumbar area of my back, so I've got quite a big lordotic type posture of my lower back. Loads of rehab for me here. I'm continuously working on that. I have to. And I put the balls there and it's like, oh, the muscles are just like, oh, thank goodness. Switch off. Give us a break. Now, move the balls. So we're looking, I want you on the rim of your pelvis, right? I want you on the rim of your pelvis, which is just about there, right? So just below where you were, just slightly below. And I want you to move the balls so you've got them just a wee bit wider. You with me? Just about there. And I want you to, as you lie there, I want you to just move in that kind of motion. I don't even know what to call this motion, but you're kind of digging down, digging down, digging down. And as you work through that, I want you to just move the balls wider as you feel you need. You might want to bring them closer or wider. Just go with what you feel your body is telling you need this evening. And what we're doing there is we are getting through a lot of the muscles that attach onto essentially the rim of your pelvis. Your pelvis is like a big soup bowl. You're basically the back of your bowl at the top of the rim is where you're targeting. And there's lots of ridges across there. And where there's ridges, there's attachments, okay? So that's where you get the build-up of grittiness in the tissues and it gets tight and stiff and there's lots of ligamentous tissue there. Good. Go a wee bit wider, another wee 10 seconds before we move on. Everybody's okay. I'm not seeing any questions, so that's good. Well, you're all lying down, so it'll be a bit annoying to get up to ask me a question, isn't it? It'll be so lovely when we don't have... COVID, eh? Get a wee bit of normality, hopefully, at some point. Right, come off the balls. Well done. How do you feel? Feel your spine and actually think to yourself, yeah, how does that feel? It feels really loose, doesn't it? It's like, oh, it feels good. You've done some good there. You've given those tissues. Honestly, this is like a self-massage. You really are just giving back to your body. You're releasing those tissues. It's that opening of your joint space. That's really what I'm doing. For those of you on my 12 Weeks Better Posture program, you will know what I'm talking about, that opening of the joint space, the second most important thing about changing your posture, joint space opening. Right, so what I'd like you to do now is I would really like to do buttocks. I want you to get your balls and sit in your balls, right? Sit on your balls, one ball for each butt cheek. On you go. Get a ball. Now, this is where a bigger ball, sorry, I'll rephrase that, a denser ball, maybe not bigger. Denser balls are great. So, ball, bend, and, ooh, yeah. Oh, golly. It's just so good. Is it wrong that I love this? It is wrong, isn't it? Okay, let me know at home. Do you enjoy that one? So really get into your bum. You can roll. You can go to town on it. Get right into those glutes. And we're going to specifically be targeting the piriformis. So take a leg and cross it over. Now I'm doing, this is my right leg, but to you it will look like my left leg. So feel free to follow me and do your left leg. And then you bend that leg. Now, you lean to the side of the leg that's up. Are you with me? So that leg's up, so I'm going to lean that way. and all of my weight is going to get into that one butt cheek. So this butt cheek here isn't really doing anything. I'm kind of off that ball more so than on it. And then, oh yeah. Oh, goodness. And you can move, you can hold. I'm just going to do a little release here. So sometimes just applying pressure is all that's needed. Just that pressure point right there. And shall we do the other side? So other leg, this is where I fail miserably. Bring that up and then lean into that leg, that bum, and on you go. So you're really just working into the hips. So it's all a bit funny, isn't it? Oh, working my bum. I've got balls in my bum. That sounds very wrong. It all just sounds a bit fun. But it's doing something really important. That area of your body, your glutes, your vital glutes, as my fabulous mentor and colleague John Gibbons has written, quite literally written the book on vital glutes, will say how vital this area is. And if you have dysfunction in this area, the implications of that are very vast for both the lower body and the upper. Okay, come off your balls. And what I'd like you to do, we're going to take our attention to our lower limbs. Can you get your foam roller and take it out? Oh, there goes my balls. In front of you. Can you all see me okay? I'll move actually, because I've got that better. So you want to have your calf muscles over the foam roller like I have. Then put your right leg over the top. And then you just, I never really, what is this, wiggle your leg? Answers, let me know. What would you call this? Please enlighten me. I always, these kind of movements, sway your legs. What's a nice way to describe that? Let me know. What would you call that? Wiggle, sway, move. And you'll just maybe feel a little bit of grittiness in the calf muscle. And then the same leg, we want to stay on the same side, but we're going to move it down. And then, ooh, same leg we're doing. And that's it. And just getting into that. And then we'll do the other side. Calf muscles they're pretty important. We neglect this area. See the stuff below the knee. Most of you don't give a damn about, right? Most of you, unless you get pain in that area. But most people just don't care. And it's highly frustrating. As a podiatrist, it pains me. Now, bring that down, because when things are wrong down this neck of the woods, down here, it's like having shoddy foundations of your house. The rest of your structure is going to be negatively impacted. So we'll leave that there. And then just release. So put the legs on top. I want you to point your toes and then bring your toes towards your shins. And then point your toes and then toes to shin. Right? So that's a little bit of what we call plantar flexion here, then dorsiflexion here. And we need those movements for just normal function. Now we're going to change this. Some of you are going to be a wee bit confused here. So I want you to not move your legs. This movement needs to come from below the ankle. Bring the soles of your feet together. Now you're not moving your whole hips. I don't want this to be about your hips. Soles of your feet together, only moving from the ankle down. Okay, so most of you will be able to do that no problem. But the other one that we're going to do is we're going to turn the soles of our feet out to the sides. And you'll only get about 15 degrees motion in this. It's not a big motion. And then feet in together and then out to the side. Now, be mindful that your knees and your hips aren't doing this movement. It's coming from your ankle. This is your subtalar joint. It's a joint. It's one of the most complex joints in the human body. It is the most complex joint in the human body. It is. It allows what's called triplanar motion. It allows motion at three planes, triplanar. Okay, no other joint allows this type of motion, and also it carries your full body mass on it. It's pretty important. If this is gubbed, yeah, you're going to have issues. So can you get the soles of the feet coming together? Can you get the feet going out to the side? I'll maybe do a wee tutorial on this one, especially for those of you on the 12 Weeks to Better Posture program or membership, because I think this is something, yeah, probably needs a wee bit of addressing. Release that off and just wiggle your feet. Wiggle that out. Well done. And I want to say a huge big well done, guys. Hopefully you feel released. You have loosened things out. You have taken this time to invest in yourself, and yourself is all you have. So well done. Well done for being here. Well done for your time. Thank you for, I suppose just doing this and your time and support to us here at TYPP. We are working hard behind the scenes. Hopefully, for those of you that are in Glasgow, we will have some communication coming out to you really soon. We had a big meeting today about how we're going to progress and make this happen. So it's all happening. It's all looking good. It's all positive. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you, guys. Really enjoyed that. Feel fab now. That's fantastic. Yeah, that is so good. It really is. It really is fantastic to hear. I really appreciate the feedback. You can see here I've got on here the studio relaunch. We're aiming for the 3rd of August. We think that that's a realistic date. Probably the week before, probably will be, but we just don't know. And that's the thing. So the Scottish Government said that they will be doing their next announcement on the 23rd of July. So we're hoping that, that we'll get the green light in some level. We appreciate it. We're not going to be, trust us, we're not going to be open up like we used to. Those days are long gone, aren't they? So it will be different, but we think it'll be better. So we're excited. So hopefully you'll join us. But don't worry, we will, of course, still be live streaming. If only I could show you it all looks very organised, doesn't it, where I am just now? But just behind me and all around me, there are wires galore. It's like Wire City in here. So we are moving everything. Oh, goodness, we've had to have new plugs installed, new wires installed, everything, just to make this possible. So there's going to be cameras and things all put up so that we can easily live stream while we're open. So every day's a school day. But yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Ian. Absolutely thrilled. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will see you later on this week. For those on the 12 Weeks to Better Posture, 9:45 Saturday morning. I will see you there. Your live Q&A will be tomorrow for those of you on the 12 Weeks to Better Posture membership or program. So look out for that. Loads of questions, Kirsten, Ian, lots of questions coming in, so loving it. Keep them coming. I'm really excited that, did you see my new question submitter? I don't know what the name, but I've put it up in your members area, so there's a wee form that just makes it easier. So there's a simple area that you can ask questions so that it's a bit more organised for you. Right, guys, I will let you go. Have a fabulous evening and take care. Bye.